continues tomorrow with the battle of two of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game. Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, Buccaneers debut, facing Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Oh, what's going to happen? Let's bring in Kendall Baker, sports editor at Axios, on what promises to be a strange season amid the coronavirus pandemic. I mean, that's putting it mildly, right, Kendall? So first look, fans are just excited to get sports back, period. We have football back finally. And just to remind everyone, we had the Chiefs beating the 49ers in the Super Bowl in February. And then right after that, the U.S. declared COVID-19 a public health emergency and the world changed. So let's start with your predictions about how football starts back up.
Well, look, I think it's, like you said, people are very excited for the NFL to be back. We've had the NBA, NHL, sports have returned, but there's something about football, obviously, in this country, totally different animal. There's something about the weekly cadence, the Sunday games, everybody huddled around the TV, I guess not going to tailgating as much this year. But, yeah, I think the NFL season, there's a ton of excitement. There's obviously some questions, particularly with the NFL not being in a quote-unquote bubble like the other leagues have been. So there's, it's going to be a week-to-week, kind of month-to-month thing. But I think everybody's, excited. And you mentioned, storylines like Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, a lot of new coaches, a lot of new players shuffling around. There's a ton of storylines to be excited about. Joe Burrow, #1 pick coming into Cincinnati. So I think everybody's excited for football to be back, for sure.
Absolutely. You can certainly feel it. But everything has been different about this season, from the NFL's first ever virtual draft to the new protocols. We've got electronic whistles for refs, crowd noise being piped in, to these big stadiums with no fans in some places. There will be some teams allowing fans in the stands. We want to show our viewers some of those teams. We're talking about the Browns at 10 capacity, the Chiefs 22% capacity, the Colts. We're waiting to hear from the Cowboys, the Dolphins 20%, the Jaguars. So what do you make about that? I mean, that's going to be kind of just the differences that we're going to see this season are big ones.
So, certainly. I mean, yeah, like you said, 6 teams to start at least are saying they'll have fans, and none are above 25% capacity. So as we saw on Thursday night, there are fans. There are very few fans. And so, whether that adds an element to the broadcast remains to be seen. We'll see if broadcasters tinker with virtual fans or anything like that. I think college football, quite honestly, is more of a sport where the spectators and the fans add that huge element to the broadcast. I don't think it's going to be missed as much in the NFL. I think on Thursday night, I don't think it was that weird, particularly with having months of watching fanless sports by now. And so it'll definitely be an element, particularly with home field advantage, right? You've seen some coaches come out and say, well, if this team has 20,000 fans, we're not allowed fans. That seems like an unfair advantage. So again, we'll see. It's really a week-to-week, month-to-month thing. I'm sure some fan policies will change by the time even next week.